Alright, welcome everyone to week 5 of Microdose. I just recorded this entire thing and realized I didn't have my screen recording on. So fuck me. But you guys won't even know the difference. I'll just act like I never did that, but just wasted like 15 minutes of my time. Anyway, we're gonna start with LBT versus Miami, which was a good matchup. It was a split. I'm still totally unsure why LBT is, in my opinion, underperforming, with a great cap by Big Bad and a little telestrator to show it, and then Drufa as well. They're looking pretty good right here. So anyway, I think LBT is oh, a beautiful cap by 2 on S. Look at this train. And had Drufa gone down instead of up, it would have been 4, I think. It looks like LBT kind of knew what they were doing on Effigy. They won 14-6. Won this half 9-4, and the second half 5-2. After getting beat very closely on Jardum, where Miami was able to hold on to the lead barely. Zion with a great cap there. So anyway, I think LBT is a scary team. I don't know why they can't quite pull it all together. They get a lot of prevent, but they also let up a lot of caps. So either got to fix that OD or fix that chasing, or maybe some combination of the two. Or in that case, maybe just have someone on regrab. But I mean, I'm not a C team captain, so who knows? I think they had a TagPro, so I'm being a little mean here. Let's watch Miami for a bit. Let's see how. Okay. Well, Zion spiked himself and then Aster lost to TagPro, so maybe we shouldn't be focusing on Dolphins. It's about 2 minutes right there. We'll see if BBB caps there. They do not. Nelsaka gets a nice return, and that's what you get for Dolphins and Land Before Timers. A nice, nice split there. We're gonna move on to 80 Degrees versus Cavaliers. This is an awesome matchup. You got 80 Degrees, who for quite a few weeks were the best team in the league, versus Cavaliers, who now, I think by standings, own that title. Beast Mode is looking like a huge addition. You combine Beast Mode, Real Duck, and that's some crazy experience, and then add Burton Port, who is taking all the trash talk really well and is playing, in my opinion, pretty fantastically. So, and then Irony, who's just mechanically very gifted. Look at that TagPro. Oh, not quite. And just needs to cap better. In my first 2 minutes of watching this, I think there were like 5 or 6 times where Irony came within like 1 tile of capping, and then the OD got him. So I don't know if that's necessarily an Irony thing, or you know, the other team, or bad blocking. But Bird even caps there. So let's see what Jarvis has to say about that one. Maybe Jarvis watches this. It's only 10 minutes versus the 110 minutes of their podcast, but hey, content is content, and all you fuckers who aren't making content and complaining about it, like Robiny doesn't even watch it, and yet he still complains about it. But what can you do? I'm not here for the praise. I'm just here to fill my boring, painful days. Anyway, we're about done with this. As I mentioned, this was this was a sweep from Cavaliers. Cavaliers looking like the best team, or the team to beat, but I think there's a lot of parity up top. I think Cavaliers, ADD, Nips, Miami, and Yachties. I think there's a lot of really good competition. Even We the People could come out of nowhere. A lot of competition for the top, and it'll be a really fun playoffs. I hope there's no runaway team this season, I don't think. Let's go over to Nips versus Puck. This time I think actually gave myself enough time. Peach Up gets Pup, of course. It was a 2v1. I haven't really watched PK outside of these 2-minute clips, but I've been very pleasantly surprised by his offensive output. I thought he was destined to be a decent support offender, but I believe he's still leading the lead in caps, which has been pretty fantastic. Statistically, P-Chip, who started out absolutely on fire, has cooled off some, but is still one of the better defenders in the league. It's hard to pace with people like Homie and Butter and even like Real Duck, who I think is kind of playing both sets, but I might be wrong. But in an offense or a defense that people thought was just, everyone knew P-Chip was good, but P-Chip plus Dingbat with basically 0 A-team experience, this has been pretty fun to watch. And you see P-Chip controlling those pups, knowing that it was chained bottom to top. You love to see that. See if you can actually do something with it. There it is. Oh, my wife's calling me. I'll call her back in a little bit. This shouldn't take too much longer. Hopefully it's not important. Oh, that was a beautiful cat by Dingbat, making me not answering my wife even better. Well, now I'm distracted. I'm going to watch Gilly Ball. Oh, they're going to do the whole pup chain thing again. I saw Dingbat get the juke juice. I don't know what the other pup was, but that's what happens when you go in 2 times speed. Renegade and Conman just hanging out on defense, not doing much, but Gilly Ball's past 3 and turns that into an easy pet cap plus a tag. They ended up splitting this one. The puck wins the first one in a real barn burner, and then Nips looked pretty good on effigy, so maybe they practice this map a little more. Let's watch the Yachties versus LST. LST seeming to be pumping out a different lineup every week, but now with Frozen, they should be doing a little better. Meanwhile, Yachties given up Real Duck earlier in the season, potentially best player in the league, but actually doing as well, if not better, without him. So potentially a great move by Graham. And a great cap by Randy. Randy's an interesting one since he can't play B team. He's been passed around from quite a few teams this season, but it's good to see him finding a place on A team. Looks like LST's running away with this one, but they win this half 8-2, but then Yachties tighten it up and win the next half 7-0, giving them a 1 cap win, which is absolutely brutal for LST when you're trying to get into the playoffs. So that's pretty painful. On the next game, the Yachties won 11-6. So they ended up sweeping despite going down 8-2 in the first half. So absolutely brutal. I still think Frozen can help this team get to the playoffs and maybe be a scary first round playoff pick. I think that the whole Dallas thing might be a little bit of an issue. Oh, a great bomb by Mike Trout. But hey, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this TagPro by Flaccid. He gets a good grab. Had a quick return for cap, but does a good loop instead and gets a cap. And that's a good way to end this one. We're going to move on to my current team, BCC versus my former team, We the People. Jalpa streamed this one. I want to note this was an absolutely amazing stream week for streamers. You got Jalpa, you got Amy, you got Bald, 3 of the very established NLTP streamers. You had I Love HD, which actually he's entirely, it's a great save by Anthony Davis, entirely in that category of great established streamers. And then Gleg, who is a very established eggball streamer and is turning into an established NLT. So anyway, awesome streams, incredible quality. Just love this whole era of every game gets streamed, like without a doubt. I think the CRC has a lot to do with that, specifically Cheese. But also shout out to all these streamers who, some of them don't even play TagPro anymore, don't play NLTP, but still in it for all this. Space Tiger with a really nice cap. You love to see Space Tiger playing, and other rumors of him ghosting. You never want to see that. So BCC had a lot of different lineup changes that ultimately I think will be maybe a wash for the A team, although adding Anthony Davis is never a bad thing. But then it truly helps the B team. So it'll be really an interesting. That was a great juke by Rick. That was incredible. Interesting to see how it plays out with Rick's moves. And Rick has become sort of a signature like late season move guy. His drafts always go like fine, but then he tends to pick up a really good free agent or make a good trade later on. So anyway, this one seemed to go by faster. Hopefully I got to all 5 games. I'll probably call my wife back now, so don't worry about that part. We see that one more cap by Prime. Hey, thanks everyone for watching this. I really appreciate all the good feedback that I get. This is fun for me. It's a good way to pass my time and make my life less shitty. And I enjoy that you guys enjoy it. So I'm going to try to do this throughout the playoffs as well. If anyone has any ideas of how I can do it in the playoffs that might make it more interesting or exciting, I'm all for it. But thanks, guys, and I'll see you next week.